I want to talk about what happens when people decide to conduct mass displacement of unhoused neighbors. To do so, I want you to imagine that you are sitting in your home one evening, maybe scrolling on your phone or chilling after a full day, surviving as you would define it, and the police roll up on you and tell you you have 15 minutes to gather your things because someone has decided you need to move. Now, do not take this imaginary exercise as an endorsement for living outside. Do remember that a lot of campsites that are often being displaced, for example, those in DC right now, they didn't pop up overnight. Right, wrong, or indifferent, camps often become the only stability that unhoused neighbors have in the very chaotic situation that is homelessness. If you want to talk about good solutions to eliminating campsites, I'm in. But until then, we have to acknowledge the trauma that occurs when we ask unhoused neighbors to relocate at a moment's notice, to choose between which belongings they can carry and put them in another impossible situation of figuring out the next unwanted place that they should go. When unhoused neighbors are displaced without alternatives, it not only affects their emotional health, it makes it more difficult for outreach workers to keep up with them. There are people, for instance, that were arrested during Spotsylvania's Operation Cleanup earlier this year that we were making some progress with. And after they were displaced, it has taken months to find them at a new campsite. And in some cases, we can't find them at all. To be clear, your tax dollars paid to make someone homeless somewhere else. And you paid to make my job of helping them that much harder. Law enforcement involvement can also create mistrust among our neighbors living outdoors. We have a lady, for instance, in Stafford on 17 right now, who we got to know because she was camping in an undesirable place. We had just started to build a relationship with her when the police came and arrested her for trespassing. Now, she has moved on to another location about a block away, and in her mentally ill analysis of the situation, she associates us with having called the police on her. And she runs from us whenever we go to outreach her. In her case, displacement now means less resources at her disposal due to an exacerbated paranoia about who we are and what our agenda is. The items that people often lose in the course of displacement, identification, medication, vital documents, phones, for example, also take time, effort, and money to replace. That can also set people back weeks, if not months, in their effort to get housing and jobs. The legal charges incurred can also take months to resolve. So even if people do something different, they're stuck. It's very hard to get a job or housing when you have pending court issues that could send you to jail. And if you want to leave town, you can't. I have no less than 3 people right now that have housing solutions somewhere else, but they can't leave town because they have pending court cases for trespassing. So we arrest people to send a message that they should move. And then we hold them hostage in another unwanted homeless location at risk of additional charges because we need them to face consequences for actions in which we presented no alternatives. All that's to say that criminalizing homelessness, displacing people, banning people on the margins from the nation's capital doesn't solve anything. It causes great harm not only to those facing homelessness, but to taxpayers who absorb the costs of doing nothing, to communities who continue to have People without alternatives pop up in places they never have been before because they're now unwelcome somewhere else. And to service providers whose jobs become harder when punitive measures are the solution. The word on the street is insanity. We can keep doing the same thing, expecting different results, moving people without alternatives from place to place,